Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining. My name is Alex Pernin. I'm the CEO of STRR Royalties, and I'd like to walk you through how we're innovating the royalty space, especially with our unique carbon credit offset deals. We're keeping to the carbon theme. We pioneered the first carbon credit deal 18 months ago, so we're ahead of everybody else here. I'd like to make a compelling argument as to why you should be buying the stock today. And the key theme I'd like you to take from this is the fact that STRR Royalties is the world's first carbon negative gold royalty platform. So most of you are aware that mining companies are looking to decarbonize and be net neutral or net zero by 2050 or sooner. In our case, we're not going to be net zero, but we're going to be carbon negative in less than 2 years from now. And with our future green deals, we're going to be progressively more and more carbon negative. And we're doing this to greenify resource funds, ESG funds, generalist funds, so that we can offer investors a quantifiable carbon negative footprint, of which there is enough. And that's the traction that we're getting in the market right now. So that itself is a unique proposition. But on top of that, with STRR, you're getting an experienced and award-winning team. We're doing smart deals. We're focused on originating royalties and streams, which is different than our peers who are focused on acquiring third-party royalties. We've got an 80% CAGR in our gold equivalent ounces. You can see that in the bar graph at the bottom left. Our cash flows are coming from tier 1 jurisdictions. We're pioneering on the green side, and we have all of the green star growth ahead of us. So very exciting times, and ultimately you have a high growth, high quality story with us. But on top of that, we still trade at a discount, despite the share price performance in the last month, where we're up 40%, that you get the gold business at a discount, and then you get the green business for free. There are multiple reasons why we launched Green Star now. In summary, investor demand is just very strong, and that's how we're spending most of our time talking in presentations, just on the green component. The returns that we're seeing on the green side are north of 20%. There's limited to no competition when creating carbon credit deals, and the business model is immensely scalable. There's no shortage of capital allocation opportunities for us here. Those are the reasons. We're also first mover advantage, and that's why we've launched Green Star a few weeks ago. Going forward, the team's going to continue to build out the gold side, and at the same time, we're going to grow Green Star privately until it's of sufficient size to take it public. And at that point, we'd have an ESG dedicated, pure green royalty and streaming company, and we think the market would receive that very well. But it's important to note that STRR, the parent company, will always maintain material ownership of Green Star, and we want to do that because all of the benefits of Green Star, we want that to translate up to STRR, parent co, and to our shareholders. So the fact that we have the carbon negative footprint, the high return North American deals that we're working on and hoping to announce in the next few weeks, the bullish environment that we find ourselves in carbon credits, we want all of that to benefit STRR because at the end of the day, it's all re-rating potential for STRR Royalties. This is something that we're very proud about, this mission statement of being a carbon negative company by 2023. Now, obviously, that means gold exposure to our investors with a carbon negative footprint. But to be specific, what we're doing here is not just offsetting our company's emissions. We're going even further, and we're offsetting all of the attributable emissions in our portfolio. So if we have a 2% royalty on a mining operation, we're assuming 2% of their CO2 emissions, and we're more than offsetting that. And there's no other company out there that's thinking this way. It's forward thinking, it's the right way to do it, and we're getting a lot of traction for that mentality. We have 2 forest deals right now, 2 carbon credit deals, both in Canada. One is in Ontario. It was the first one ever created. We did that 18 months ago. And then we did another similar royalty in Alberta, Canada. We did that in July of this year. But just like those 2 deals, we're going to continue to focus on cash flowing and near cash flowing opportunities in the US and in Canada, just given how large those markets are and given how familiar we are with those markets. And it's important to stress the fact that we are originating deals. It's easy to go buy carbon credits. That's the whole point of carbon credits. But we're getting involved in the origination. So our capital is going in to put these projects into carbon sequestration mode and to have them generate carbon credits. This is why investors and potential capital partners who want to bring in their capital for us to accelerate our green portfolio, this is why they're so keen, because it's not easy to do that. And it's something that we have expertise in, given that we've been doing this for 2 years now. We're looking at several opportunities. What we've spent a good part of this year on and what we're really excited about is the potential for regenerative agriculture investments. So in summary, that would be having farmers transition to sustainable farming practices, and we would finance a portion of that. And what's exciting about it is that it would generate the highest quality and the highest price carbon credits on the voluntary market total. It'd be a high return deal, it's a novel structure, and it's immensely scalable. There's a lot of opportunity to grow, no pun intended, in the US and in Canada as well. And this could be global as well. You have companies like Nestle and Cargill that are already doing regenerative agriculture. So our job here at STAR is to build a high quality and low risk portfolio, and that means cash flow from the best jurisdictions. We have 7 assets. One of them is a gold stream, 6 are royalties, and out of those 7 assets, we created 5 of them because that's our business model, origination. In terms of NAV breakdown, 99% of our NAV is in Tier 1 jurisdictions, Canada, USA, Australia, and 99% of our NAV is going to be cash flowing by 2023. In terms of what we're working on now, we're looking at a few green deals, and we hope to announce those this quarter, and those will be in Tier 1 jurisdictions as well. I mentioned the 80% CAGR. This is how it translates into revenue. We expect to generate over $10 million US in revenue in 2024 onwards. And what I'd like to point out is that we've achieved one of our goals for this year, our first year as a public company, because we IPO'd in February, and that's to have a free cash flowing portfolio in place. That's important for several reasons. Obviously, the fact that we're going to be less market dependent and have less dilution to grow both the precious metals and the green portfolios at the same time. But in terms of a valuation component, we trade at about 6 times future cash flow, and our peers trade at about 13 or 14 times. So we're trading at more than a 50% discount to our peers on a cash flow basis. For those of you who might not be familiar with us, we're an experienced team that have all worked together in previous roles over the years. 4 of us are mining analysts, 2 of us portfolio managers, 2 geologists, 2 engineers. So it's a group that's been doing this for a long time. We all have backgrounds in capital allocation. But what I'd like to stress here is the fact that the team is the primary asset of any royalty and streaming company. I'm very proud of the team that we have. And I'd like to point out Kevin McLean, if you're not familiar with him. He's a very well-known portfolio manager in Canada. He's won several risk-adjusted mining return awards. He managed $2 billion, and we're just replicating his strategy at STAR Royalties. We call this the billion-dollar board. It's a board that we're very proud to have, and it's something that we're going to grow into once we're a billion-dollar company. 5 independent directors here. We have senior executive experience across the mining industry, from operations to legal to strategy to finance. So very proud of this board. Look, I've spoken to the E of ESG quite a bit already. What I'd like to point out is our team has been scrutinizing and criticizing the mining industry for decades, whether it's shareholder misalignment, capital mismanagement to the point of capital destruction, lack of a license to operate, management overcompensation, the list can go on. So we've been doing this for a long time, and part of the opportunity with STAR Royalties was to build a company from the ground up. We built it completely from scratch, and we did that because we wanted to have best-in-class ESG principles since day one. I'll highlight the waterfall graph at the bottom here. This is something that you probably never see in a presentation. It speaks to how many shares we've ever issued, at what price, and when. And we do this for a few reasons. The first reason is for complete transparency for investors. You usually look for this and you have a hard time finding it, so we present that to you. But the other thing we like with this is that it offers insight in the fact that our team has been not issued an abundance of cheap stock since we started. In fact, we've been buying in every single financing available, to the point where our average cost basis is 40 cents, and we trade at 64 cents. So the point is that we are only going to succeed as a management team if our shareholders succeed, and that's what alignment is all about. And with that, that's our company in 9.5 minutes or so. You have a high-quality, cash-flowing business on the precious metals side, and it's going to continue to grow, and it trades at a discount. We're working on some very exciting things on the green side, first-mover advantage. We're spending most of our time speaking about that, and that's completely free in our share price. So please find me. We're at E18, I believe, but stop by anytime. My contact info is on the website. Call, questions anytime. Happy to chat. Thank you very much.